Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the garden. Today we're going to be taking a quick look around, a little update, see what's going on. As you can see, our tulips are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I am so excited to see all of these tulips that we planted. You can see my soil now, my clay soil is rock hard and those tulips are struggling to break free. We had that torrential rain and then it just completely dried out. And then it rained some more, so it's kind of been an up and down spring already. We also have our Dutch irises getting larger and larger. I am so pumped up to see those. We have a really, really pretty selection of Dutch irises this year. Some of the ones that I am really excited to see are maybe the one called Red Ember, which is going to be really cool. This little patch next to my old 1930s air conditioner is really doing really well, even though it's a little bit drier than other places in the garden, simply because it's so close to the house and the kind of the overhang. Overall, that foliage is looking nice and lush and green. We also have a lot of daffodils starting to think about blooming. Very, very eager to see our special kind of daffodils that we planted this year. These are some of the ones that I already had in my garden, so they've got a little bit of a head start. The Casada, I guess is how you say it, is the one that you see here, which is the beautiful split Corona cup one with this just vibrant yellow kind of inner portion, I guess. That does lighten up a bit as the flower ages, but we're also doing something pretty cool, trying to hybridize our own daffodils this year. I've been sneaking around the garden and I have been pollinating different types of daffodils. I've been using the Daffodil website to do that. I'll get a little bit more into that later. Here are our mulberry shades nature pansies from the nature series. As you can see, they are gorgeous. The tones of these are just so rich and vibrant. We also have the antique shades from the nature series, which is a little more subdued. You can see it's more of a just yellow kind of brownish color almost. It's very, very vibrant. I've been trying to kind of take video to capture that. Also, we have the anemone bed, which is finally coming into bloom. Wow, look at this. It was just like yesterday, it seemed like there was only one anemone flower open, and now they are just springing into life, bursting open. You can see we have this pastel mix is what I'm actually growing. I have a white one and a pastel mix, and you can see the flowers in this pastel mix are, wow. These purple ones, this video does not even do it justice. They are so gorgeous in person. I just cannot even begin to explain it. I have always really, really liked anemones, but for whatever reason, the last few years I've had kind of bad luck with them in terms of sprouting them. But this year, I think I finally figured it out. And boom, we are getting rewarded. This is awesome. Taking a quick look inside the hoop house, we have all of our ranunculus down the right side of this hoop house. They're still doing very, very well. Something exciting is happening. Do you see this? We recently hit 12 hours of daylight here, and that means the arrival of ranunculus blooms. It is so awesome. Our Icelandic poppies are also starting to bud up. You can see this daffodil kind of escaped into the hoop house somehow. Not really sure how it did that. But our Icelandic poppies are beginning to bud up. The plants look much, much healthier. After the terrible transplant job that I did with these Icelandic poppies, these things are tough because I anticipate that these are going to be blooming probably by the end of this month, if I had to guess. Again, that's just my own educated guess, but you can see I always love looking at the flower buds. They are just so like cute and fuzzy, I guess, as you would see it. Also, getting back to the daffodils, I know this is a little scattered. It's just my own fault for the way I recorded this video, but we have that Casada daffodil that I'm using to help kind of hybridize my own daffodils. I think would be very, very cool. The whole process takes like 6 years. So why not pollinate some flowers and try our hand at growing daffodils from seed? I mean, that's part of the fun of gardening, is trying new things and experimenting with new things. So basically what I am doing to pollinate these is I am first looking up the variety of daffodil on the Daffodil website, and that can kind of give me, in most cases, a reference on people who have used the seed use the plant as a seed parent or a pollen parent, because I mean, let's face it, some of these varieties, the pollen is sterile or it doesn't make a good seed parent. So having that background information is really helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a paintbrush. What I've been doing is taking a paintbrush and taking pollen off of different daffodils, letting it on the stigma, I think that's the right word, of other daffodils that are open and receptive to pollen at the time. And the main reason that I have to do that as a gardener is that bees and things don't really visit daffodils that much, it seems, and I can only assume that maybe there's a lack of nectar. You know, I don't know for sure. But I'm more than happy to help kind of create these new crosses. We have some other daffodils blooming in the garden. I have Ice Follies. This is this white one with a yellow cup, just like the Casada daffodil. The cup color and everything kind of changes and fades as time goes by. And I also have a February gold plant that's coming into bloom. So I've just been kind of crossing these all over the place and just hoping that they will make seed and hoping some of our crosses will be successful. I already had one cross starting to develop seeds, but it rained so hard that, you know, the stem broke. I think that's going to be a persistent problem here in my yard, especially in the spring when we get lots of rain. We've been getting so much rain that a lot of my daffodils that have opened are muddy from the mud splashing on them, which majorly bums me out. But that is enough ranting about the daffodils. Going back to the garden, as I mentioned, the anemones, getting back to the anemones as well. Those are starting to look really, really good. And honestly, I was worried that the plants weren't very big because I did get such a late start because I ordered my corms a little bit later. And, you know, as with everything 2020, it was just kind of delayed and messed up. But I'm so happy to see that they are sending up flowers, beautiful flowers nonetheless. And even though those stems are a little bit short right now, they will continue to get longer as these plants kind of hit their stride and the weather kind of gets a little bit nicer. And worst case scenario, I can add a little bit of shade if I have to and kind of manipulate that stem length a little bit. Also in the garden, I wanted to mention this Salvia sage, our tricolor Salvia sage, looking very, very good. I'm happy with this little planting. I only had a few seeds last year from one packet, but I am very eager to see these shoot up and get our nice kind of filler foliage that I am really eager to see. The pansies are doing really well. In addition to the mulberry shades and the nature shades blend that I already showed you, we also have the Chianti or however you say it. I apologize, I'm not Italian, beginning to open, and they are just these gorgeous, gorgeous soft shades of just pastel purple and pink hues. They are stunning. I can see why they are so popular. Absolutely beautiful. And we're waiting patiently for Panola pink pansies to open. Looking around at other things in the garden that we have growing, I did want to mention these Siberian wallflowers because those are going to be thinking about blooming soon. Well, not too soon, but the foliage on these is just looking so beautiful, nice, healthy, and lush. They're getting a little bit taller. And if we zoom our camera into the center of those, we can see that there are already some flower buds starting to develop, thinking about developing. So that should be really nice to see sometime soon. Really excited for those because they're so just nice and fragrant. Lots of stuff going on in the garden here. Lots of videos coming your way very soon. I hope that this one was helpful. Just kind of a quick look around since now I've got my hoop house wide open. I haven't taken the plastic off of it yet just because I know that we're not in the clear yet. It can easily drop down to 15 degrees sometime in the month of March and even into April where I am. So I'm not going to feel, you know, safe with these temperatures, these nice temperatures that we've been having. But that's about it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I am so appreciative. I really am. As always, be sure to leave a comment down below. I love to know what you guys think. Was it helpful? What experiences do you have? I'm always learning from the comments, which I really, really love. As always, if you're not a subscriber and you like this video, be sure to hit the little subscribe button, hit the little bell. The bell tells you whenever we make new videos. It's a great way to keep up with the channel and grow just our little gardening community here. As always, all the links to everything is down in the description below. Our link to Patreon and our YouTube memberships is there. It helps support the channel. It helps me pay for things like blog fees, and occasionally I get help with editing, which is really, really helpful because let's face it, I am not the most tech savvy person on the planet. But I am trying to keep learning and keep making our videos better. There's also a link to the blog. Oftentimes you can check out the blog and there will be more information and more pictures about the thing that I've talked about in the video, just because sometimes it helps for me to write down that information and kind of organize it much better. As always, feel free to share this video with a friend. It helps us so much when we grow the channel. I hope that you're having such an incredible day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.